for all the haters out there that say we don't know how to do it. I got the best team in the world that's gonna prove you wrong and show you just how good we are.
What's going on, guys? You can see behind me we have the motor that came out of prenup. Prenup's right over there. There's a lot of things going on. We are getting ready for the World Series of Pro Mod. That's right, we are going to be going Pro Mod racing. I'm still waiting on my third motor to come back from Noonan. So right now I only have 2 engines. One's in bad blood. You also see that they are finishing up wiring on that thing, getting that thing all 100% ready to go. But the main focus is the new Pro Mod. We are going to name her Blood Money. It is a 1968 Camaro. It's a ultra lightweight carbon fiber body. Very good deal on it. Was able to go ahead and snag that thing up. We are making some minor adjustments at Chris Klein's chassis shop, trying to get that ready, trying to make sure that I can sit inside the car and do all that. But we need to get this motor freshened up. We are coming on our 25, I think it's got 25 or 26 runs on it. So we're gonna go ahead and we are going to change out the rods and the springs, get it 100% ready, because later on this week we do need to go back up to North Carolina so we can put this engine and blower combo down inside Blood Money so we can get headers built and make sure everything is 100% to go, ready to fit. Justin and them are working on a harness for us. They are getting it set up so we are able to take the existing wiring that's inside the Pro Mod and be able to still run it and keep moving forward. I told Justin I just needed to work and run so we can get through this race. Our game plan is to yank all that stuff out and update it later and let Justin at Modern Racing rewire the car. That is the game plan. So today we are going to be going through and servicing my engine. If you see, I am wearing a chest piece right now because I'd like to show y'all what all goes in to tearing one of these things down, servicing it through, throwing it back together, getting it all ready so we can head to North Carolina and drop it inside our new Pro Mod. All right, guys, so we're finally getting started. This is the first time trying to use, this chest camera, trying to get you basically what I see and what I'm working on. We're gonna go through with that. But first thing we're gonna do is because these are one-piece rocker stands, some motors are individual, some motors are one piece. Me personally, I like the individual rocker stands better, but because these are a one-piece stand, we can go through and these, I don't know the right term for them. I basically just call them like a keeper. Basically it stops the rocker arm from sliding back and forth once you're on getting everything done. You can go through and you can take every one of these off and then the rocker arms come off, but we got a sequence. What we're gonna do is we're gonna come up on 50 degrees before top dead center, and listen, I gotta see where we're at. So there's 30, 40, 50, which I'm looking for. What I'm gonna do is I am going to take off 5's exhaust and number 7's intake. Once I get those push rods out, we turn it over 360 degrees and basically everything else will be loose and this whole stand comes off, and then we flop it to do the other side. So basically right now what I'm trying to do is just seeing which side I'm going to take off first. Got that side where we are over here. On this side it's number 4 intake and number 8 exhaust. So that one, see how it's down right there? It's closed, so we won't be able to do that. So let's do this. So there. All right, let's take this off. All right, you can move that book and stuff. And this is going to be a little bit longer of a video, guys, as we're trying to get everything swapped over, and I want to show y'all the process of it. we'll put it over on this side. Try to keep everything to the same of each motor. All right, Austin, grab me now for this stuff here, we use our snap-on socket. So I'm gonna need our big 3/8 impact gun, our 1/2 inch impact gun, and then I'm gonna need these sockets over here. This one, nobody touches these sockets. These are all snap-on ready for us right here. So let me go through, grab those 2 guns. We're gonna need these. That. That. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bust these 2 real quick, get these push rods out. See how that thing slides back and forth? You basically stop it. And once those 2 are done, we're going to pull these push rods out. All right, where's that gun? Give me an extension over there. 1/2 inch. Actually, we'll use a 3/8 one. Smaller socket. It'll fit down in there. And I've done it both ways. You know, I've taken every one of them off individually. So you can do it both ways. But if you're like in a rush at the track, this is the faster way. And that's why I said if we like break a spring or something, it's easier when it's an individual rocker stand. Give me 2 flathead screwdrivers. I need some bags. See how it all comes off? One stand. All right, where's our table at? Let's clean some stuff off. And yes, guys, we'll go through and we'll clean all the parts up. But now we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna ink all our push rods out. I know a lot of people say, I don't work on the cars, and I don't do nothing. So this is me showing them. So this side's done for right now. We're gonna go ahead. It is gonna be a lot harder to turn this motor over now because you basically have lost the compression, the spring pressure on one side of the engine. But we're gonna rotate it again, get it all set up and ready, and then take that side off. Once we take that side off, then we'll come over here and we will take all these head studs out and we'll be able to start yanking these heads apart. All right, so I'm so addicted to. Ah, you bitch. Okay, so these are the two that we need to get to. So we need to actually turn it again. Like I said, this takes a little bit to. Give me that T handle. Oh. And usually I take my motors out 22 to 25 runs. That's where I'm kind of at. This one has 26 passes on it. So we are going to get to check, you know, the bearings and all that. We will be changing rods, bearings, and the springs on the heads. It's about to rain. All right, now we're done that. We'll spin her on over. Same thing over here. All right, give me that impact. Grab me some more of those rags. That one's got like fucking alcohol or something on it. And then when we go to put this thing back together, guys, we'll do the same thing. We'll have to get it 50 before top dead center, and then it'll allow these one-piece rocker stands to go on. Grab me a magnet on the side toolbox, please. Boom. And we'll put that stuff in our parts washer, guys, so we can make sure they're all nice and clean. All right, next up, Got a full battery. Give me a 9/16 wrench. There you go. All right, flathead screwdriver.
How many tips?
Just one. Thing's been suctioned down, but we need to try to get. Might be able to get a little lucky. Hold up. So the first thing I try to look at, guys, is I just try to look to big, say we ain't got no kind of marks on the chambers. Nothing's hitting the valves or anything. Nothing looks to be burnt up. And then, you know, just check our pistons. We are going to be, as long as everything checks out, we'll be reusing these pistons and rings. That's the good thing about a boosted application. It's not like a nitrous motor where you have to change rings every 15 runs. You know, so these things make so much boost that they blow the ring against the sidewall no matter what. We'll go ahead and pop this gasket off, and then we'll go to the other side. We'll knock that one out, and then once we get that, we'll start turning this motor over, start slinging these rods and pistons out. We'll check everything over, and then we're going to flop everything and throw it back together. So now we got both heads off. You know, you can come in and take all the head studs out if you want to. I usually leave them in. It makes it a little bit difficult to get the gasket off, but it still works. Or you could take them out. One thing I can recommend, is what I was always told, is do not clean off the head studs. The head studs have oil on them. Leave them on there. It's just a better deal all around. So, but what we'll do is just go through and just gonna slowly pick up on it, get up underneath that gasket. Some people asked, you know, what parts do you reuse? Like I said, you know, as long as we ain't ever hurt nothing, we will reuse the pistons and the rings. Same with the gasket. As long as there's nothing broke or burnt up or anything there, we'll be able to do that. Yep, there's another red tray around here too for this stuff as well. So like I say, guys, a little time consuming, but it works. Just go through and just pop them off. And then come in here and pop the centers. Let's do that, pop that. Sometimes it gets hung up on them dowel pins. And then we just keep them with the heads. And before I put the motor back together, I'll go in, you know, just with a ratchet, and I'll hand ratchet these all the way down, because some of them do loosen up. You see that one's all loose. So you want to make sure you tighten them down, get them all the way into the block before you throw your stuff on there, and you can torque that down. But now that we got that out of the way, the next step is to start flopping this motor over, start taking these rod bolts out, and smack these rods and pistons out and get them put in our trays over here. Do that. We'll also check the lifters too. I'll get a pick, we'll take these lifters out, and we'll just, you know, rub. I'll take one out for y'all real quick. Let's see if I can. They're very oily, so they're kind of hard. Do we have any kind of picks?
Pick?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
got this one. So then what I do, guys, is I just go ahead and try to make sure there ain't no rough spots. And we'll stick that thing back down in there, and actually let's just go ahead and just run through this side. Yep. Now we'll go ahead and flip it over and start taking the rods out. Shit look beautiful inside there. All right, I need big impact, and then where's those sockets at? I need the small 1/2 inch. Put that on there. We'll get our motor turned, guys. All right, and then I need to grab me a hammer. Do I have a longer one than that one? There you go. All right, you hop on the other side, and I'm gonna smack this piston out to you.
which one, the first one?
Yep, it's gonna come, no, it's down there on the bottom. Ready?
Yep.
It's coming to you. It's gonna want to swing out. Got it?
Yep.
All right, so guys, like I said, so we look at that. When we take these bearings out, we'll check those over. But as you can see, first thing I look for is just to make sure there's no cracks. Here's your weak spots. They do got a lot of oil on them, so we'll go ahead and get brake clean them up. Once we get all the oil out, the oil is very thick, but we'll go ahead and make sure that the piston isn't collapsed or anything. But so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this back on. Like I said, these rods will be coming off of here, and they will be available on the website, guys. So let me get a rag, spin this thing over. Another sign that we try to look for, like we're not beating the bearings up. We'll go ahead and pop this bearing out real quick so you can see it. But one thing I try to look for is, you know, basically I just look at it to make sure it's not mushroomed out. We will put a set of calipers on it and go through and check it, but if a bearing is really beat up, it'll just fall out of the crank or fall out of the rod. So that's one thing we try to look for. But we are going to go through and just change it. We do not run the same bearings when we make a rod change. It's better to stay up on the maintenance. Like I said, most of the time we do this inside the car, but because we're going to be taking this motor out and taking it to put it inside Blood Money, our Pro Mod, we'll just do it here on the stand. All right, so now that we got that side done, we're going to go ahead and rotate it. We have no issues in the crank, so we're just slowly going around and just be able to do it. Usually you can be able to do it with your hand, yeah. So now we're done there. We'll go ahead and spin this motor back up to the top. We're gonna go through and we're gonna clean it all now. We need to get brake clean. We need to get we need to get some paper towels. Get that thick shit off of there, and then we're gonna brake clean it down. We're gonna clean the whole block, clean everything, get it ready. But as you can see, guys, we have got the rocker stands off, we've got the heads off, and now we have got the rods and the pistons out. Look at that. And then when we're all done, we installed a sink inside the shop. This is probably one of the best things ever. Yeah, wipe it all down. Wipe all the oil. Get all the thick stuff you get off it, because then you ain't got to waste a bunch of brake clean to get it all done. But guys, hopefully y'all like this view, this angle. If you haven't done already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn that bell notification on. We are going to start getting this thing swapped over, and we're going to start throwing it back together. So later on this week, we can head on out to go drop this thing down inside Blood Money, our new to us 1968 Camaro Pro Mod.